idea what they're okay, hold on. God, yeah, this is just a new thing now. YouTube will not refresh itself. I don't understand. It's even frozen at like, it got to the like live in 2 minutes marker and then it stopped. It's like, it doesn't even have the countdown. What is going on with YouTube these days? Okay, I think I just have to accept that we always have to refresh it ourselves now. I don't understand. Hi, Moment Show Bro. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on, let me switch the thingy over here. All right, now we switched. Let me just 1 second. Okay. Sorry. I know the setup here is a little. I think this is gonna be one of those live streams where we're gonna have to like move this around a whole bunch, but that's okay. Hi, Killer Comments. Clear piercings, thank you. I know I wasn't even sure if I should bother wearing any. I definitely do not wear like fancy ones today because like there's a chance I might be taking the mask on and off, so that's like kind of painful, but leave your shirt. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's actually like a full-blown like skeleton dress. It's one of my favorites. I'm surprised I haven't brought it out more often. Hi, Cosmic Chaos. Springtrap. Hi, K-Bucks. Oh, thank you so much, Glamrock, for sharing. Thank you, thank you. How many piercings? I have 10 of them in total. And that, I've had exactly 10 for a very long time now. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get more or not. I've always been kind of happy with the like, kind of like, I don't know, there's like a symmetry to it. I don't know. Hi, Cassie. Hey, Andrew. Hi, Jade Klein. How am I doing today? I'm doing all right. How you doing? I've just been setting up and stuff. I have no idea how the stream is gonna go. This one's a little like, I mean, that's the thing with these like making of cosplay live streams. It's like kind of, I don't know if people realize like when I make cosplays, I usually sort of have no idea what I'm doing. And so the thought of doing that live is, I mean, could be embarrassing, but I keep telling myself like even if things like, even if nothing goes well and this is like a big mess, at least it'll be funny, right? I don't know. Is that like a bad way to look at things? I like the box. That's good. Thank you, Kickbox Volgato. Hi, Foxa. Yeah, I wish I could remember like how long I've had all 10, but that's the thing. It's been such a long time that I've had all 10 piercings that I genuinely can't possibly say how long I've had all 10. Because I started really early though. Like I don't know the exact age, but I think like the first ones were probably when I was like 12, 13, something like that. Maybe even younger, 11. I don't know. I feel like I was in junior high when I started. And then I just kind of like, it was like almost like every other year or something. I just like add another one. I don't know. I can't possibly remember. Cute necklace. Here, look at this. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it does something kind of fun. You see? It's this one time somebody like they looked at my necklace and they were like, that looks like the kind of thing that should spin. And I just went like like guess what? It does. Do I remember you? Yeah, of course. It's gonna be peak. I hope so, Nugget Man. I really hope so. Oh, thank you, Robert Fuller. Hi, Ariel. 1 second here. Okay. Yeah, so as far as what we're doing today, yeah, we are starting here on a new phase, I guess, sort of working on Springtrap. Do you like Germany? Wait, are you that person who commented? Hold on. Not that it matters, but Swansea's like, sorry, I'm being like shady. I could be mistaken, but Swansea's like, no, it's not okay. I had just gotten a very weird comment from somebody with a German flag, and I couldn't remember if it was the same username. No, I do like Germany. I'm actually like my mom's side of the family is German, like very German last name. Hello from Spain. Hello to Spain. When Springtrap gonna finish? Unfortunately, Springtrap is going to take a while. Like this, the goal is that Springtrap will be done in time for Halloween. So it's definitely gonna take a while. In case you couldn't tell by even just how long, like the head and stuff. Like we haven't even started on the ears, but that's okay because I think like I was kind of hoping we'd like learn some stuff while working on the mask, and then we can apply that to the ears because like that's a tricky area, or like I don't usually make that kind of thing, and I don't entirely know how that's gonna go. So yeah, but we are making some progress. I guess I'm trying to think how best to like introduce what we're doing here. Um, let's see. So yeah, we are working on the mask. And I did make some progress on my own. So first of all, this is the mask as is. Um, I did add some padding to it. I know I talked about that in the last live stream. I could show you all at least how it looks now. The padding actually helped a lot. It looks way better now. So one second. Oops. Pardon me while I look very stupid for a moment. Okay, so with the padding here, see that? We have way more space here now because that was the issue before. This was like up here. So I actually cut almost all of this actually. This was like a huge chunk before. I cut this out, added foam in here, which also is gonna, I hope, help with like this being, let's face it, it's gonna be a really uncomfortable cosplay. So foam padding wherever possible, yes. So we've got this, and it can do that, which is good. And then on top of that, we also have, we have a ton of teeth. Look at this. I was painting these like, because each one is like individually painted to be like completely different. I'm pretty sure I made more teeth than like we actually need. Like I don't think there's enough room for all of these, but I figure like better to have too many than not enough, right? So yeah, we can just like have a tooth bay. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we have a bunch of teeth. And I originally was actually going to glue them on here, just on the bottom for now, before the live stream, but then I kind of hesitated on that because the thing that I wanted to attempt is a big important word here, is shaping the mask for plaster, because here's the issue. When you have this, right, let's say like the teeth go here. Because this started as a masquerade mask, this is kind of like a funky area. This is not the shape of a jaw, right? Can you imagine like each of these teeth like going in this ridiculous curve here? So I'm thinking what I might do instead is we can put some plaster like on the bottom jaw and some up top to like maybe fill in that area a little bit, you know, get a bit of a snout, get a bit of a better spot for teeth to go, and then we can glue some teeth to it, assuming it dries fast enough. I haven't done this in a while. And probably plaster even over that again so that the teeth are like kind of, you know, sealed in there and like their like ugly little bottoms aren't showing. So yeah, I was originally actually going to put the teeth, and then I was like, maybe not, because I'm also worried about like the alignment, right? It could be a little funky. I don't really plan on having this like fully close. I don't know. I know that's a little weird, right? Like Springtrap should like be able to close the mouth and have all the teeth, but I don't know. I guess I want it to close enough that like I can have a creepy smile, but there is just like that concern of um I do want like some of the face to show underneath because if I didn't, then why would I bother with the whole, masquerade mask thing, I guess is what I'm saying. So it's your birthday, real Madrid family? Well, happy birthday. Hope you're having a good one. Hi, Wahoo. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're sick. I hope this can cheer you up at least. Have a little fun today. Do I make masks and costumes? So the thing is, I kind of have a weird style. I'm known for not all of my cosplays having masks, but when I do robotic cosplays, um, I kind of have this like masquerade mask style. Um, like I could have built a mask without this part, right? But I kind of just wanted to keep it because it's like my thing, you could say. Being a little bit stubborn. Is it gonna make this process harder? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. But yeah, that is like something I'm known for. So I don't want to do like a canon perfect spring trap, right? Like I want to be able to do makeup underneath the mask. We can have like visible eyes. I want it to be expressive, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I want to be able to smile under the smile. Like, like we're not going for a perfect animatronic here, but still like a pretty animatronic-y animatronic. Oh, here's Glenn. Hi. Do you hear him? I thought I heard something coming up the stairs. Hi, Glenn. He probably wants dinner. He's being very chatty today. Hello. If he comes, I was like, if he comes over here, I could like hold him up and you can see him, but he like walked to the other direction. I'm sorry, Glenn, I can't feed you till Sid shows up. We have two cats, and if we don't feed them at the same time, then like one of them won't get fed because the other one's gonna eat everything. You're making a cosplay too, Silly Worm? Who are you making? Yeah, hi, K-Bucks. Cool shirt, thank you. Heading out, Moment Show Pro? No worries. The VODs always stay up so you can catch anything that you missed later if you want to. So yeah, so the thing that we're going to, like I said, attempt today is working with plaster. I don't know how common plaster is amongst cosplayers, to be honest. I feel like it's not that popular. Most cosplayers, like when you think of building cosplays, you think of like EVA foam and stuff, right? Which like I like that stuff too. That's literally what the teeth are. They are EVA foam. But I actually kind of got my start in horror cosplays using plaster, and I realized I had an example that I could show y'all, but I did have to get a ladder out because it was stored so high up that I almost couldn't reach it even with the step ladder. But for those who have like never seen it before, this is my Silent Hill nurse head. This was I would say actually the cosplay that kind of got me started actually on social media because I had only ever shared like a couple photos here and there of any particular cosplays and didn't even think about it. Like I never made videos, like I just wasn't thinking in social media terms. And then I like shared some photos of this cosplay and it got a lot of views and I was like, "Oh, do people like the cosplays that I make?" Like I didn't even know that. So yeah, so this thing, it is falling apart a little, in case you couldn't tell, but you can see, right, that it is plaster on the inside there. You can actually see like the individual wrap because it is coming undone. In my defense though, this thing is like, how old would this be? Probably about 4 years old. So it's actually holding up really, really well for 4 years old. But yeah, it was like perfectly shaped to my face. I'm not gonna put it on right now, but if I did, like, it would sit perfectly on my face. It doesn't fall off. Like I've worn this cosplay a few times. So yeah, I think that this is actually like a good example of like in general what we're gonna be going for with Springtrap because I really liked the vibes of this cosplay. and I just think it matches Springtrap really well. I mean, if you couldn't tell, right? Like by the way I colored the teeth and everything. Do you see how similar it is? It's because I'm basing it off of a cosplay I've already made, essentially, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, you know, use the skills you know, right? um, but the only thing is, like I said, this is a 4-year-old cosplay. I have not done this plaster thing in 4 years. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Calamari, for the $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you. Oh, he's been on Springtrap coming back, peak mask. Thank you. That is so, so generous. I really appreciate that. That'll help pay for the plaster that is involved with this today. Thank you so much. Flesh cute. I know it is very fleshy looking, right? But I actually do think like this is a very good example of like obviously not how Springtrap will look at in the end, but if you want like a vision of how my interpretation would look, like just the colors, the fleshiness of it, like right there. We actually have an example of it. Hi Graveyard Kitten. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, like I said, I have not done this in a while, but I am kind of replicating the colors at least already with the teeth. And also, some people were actually asking me in my last live stream about how I'd be doing the textures on this cosplay. I know like blowtorching it, like burning it was brought up. Actually, and this will be something we do later, but as long as I have this out, I can show you the secret ingredient to the rusted look of this cosplay. I don't know if you can see it up close here. It's actually ground cinnamon. I wish I was joking. I wonder if it still smells. No, not really. Again, this would be 4-year-old cinnamon that's been sitting out, but yeah, I think some of this has it as well. There's like a graininess to it. You can definitely see it on the sides, right? Yeah. So there are definitely some interesting things that we'll be able to do with this cosplay if we use plaster. Now, the only difference is, obviously, I went out of my way here. Oh, also, you can actually see, I get asked anytime somebody sees my full Silent Hill nurse cosplay. I always get the same question. Can you see? Here's my secret. The light behind me is giving it away. There is like a tiny little gap in there. So yeah, I can't see well, like at all. Like, I mean, I'm literally walking around kind of like, doing this when I wear the cosplay. I would never take it to a convention. Absolutely not. No way. But yeah, I did actually leave there's a little bit of a hole there so I can see. But yeah, the difference is that I purposefully left the plaster like wraps visible because I wanted to look like, like strips, right? The fun thing about plaster is you can actually sculpt it and sand it down. You can get it really smooth even. I don't really want that for Springtrap. Like we do want this to be gross, but it doesn't have to look like bandages, basically. However, I haven't really tried anything like that before, so all I can really do today with the knowledge I already have is just get to plastering and then hopefully the any sanding and stuff that happens, like that'll be new for me, but hopefully that'll work out. I was wondering if I should like do a test thing with the plaster. We could even like, I could grab one of the arm thingies that I want to use for Springtrap, and we could just like, not like fully do it, but just put like a few strips on it, like see how well it clings, see how well it sticks, how fast it dries. Might be better to do that, right? Like on a piece here, instead of like going straight into the mask. Oh, hey, Dolly Chew, you made it. Let me look today. Thank you. I'm on theme as always, right? I went for the William Afton on the inside here. Is that meat? No, it's plaster. But I'm glad it looks like meat. Do we have a lot of trolls today? Oh no, really? Do we have a lot of viewers? I guess a little more than usual. And maybe I'm finally like making it back out onto the feeds. But I know that does unfortunately come with a cost. Yeah, please don't eat plaster. Yeah, very Silent Hill nurse, exactly. This is literally my Silent Hill nurse head. Still got the hat and everything. Isn't it cute? Oh, you know, that was the master Springtrap already. Oh my gosh, imagine though, like a Springtrap Silent Hill nurse combo. I could be the first. There's already like a million like pyramid head crossovers. Why not like a Springtrap one? Make it squishy. That doesn't sound very stable. Love the makeup. Thank you, Dirty Joe. Hi, Vertebrain. Hello, hello. Make it a takoyaki. Oh no, not after what happened at the Deltarune Cafe. Oh my god. Yeah, so maybe I should grab one of those armbands, because yeah, it might be better to like test it on something low stakes, you know? See how it looks, and then we can do a bit with the mask. Because yeah, it has been a really long time. All you need to do the plaster stuff, we've got the wrap here. I haven't even opened it yet. And then you need water. So I did get a bowl of water already. And I can move the camera around like as needed. I've been afraid to open this though, because I will say the one issue with plaster, and I really hope this won't be too much of a problem, it's really dusty. It's like so dusty. It's terrible. Yeah, like even just now, like putting down this like Silent Hill nurse face, there's like crumblies everywhere. Now, in my defense, or not in my defense, the opposite of my defense, I didn't properly seal any of it. Maybe the paint helped, but I didn't paint the inside of it. So that is something to keep in mind. It might be why not a lot of cosplayers use plaster. It is pretty messy. So I've been afraid to open this because I'm worried like dust is just gonna go everywhere. But I guess we do just have to go for it, right? So let's just open this up and see how it looks. This is also not the same brand that I used last time. I actually went looking for that brand and they didn't seem to exist anymore. Don't know what the story there is. Hi, Fantasy. Oh, hi, Exotic Butters. I saw you there. That's not good. Yeah, don't worry, Fantasy. We've got things under control. Yeah, don't worry about it. Unboxing time. I know, I'm like, God, I hope this doesn't make a huge mess. Who knows? Maybe the brand I used last time sucked. Maybe this will be better. I'm just gonna cut it open. That's why I have all this paper down, just in case it's like just a complete snowstorm. I don't know if this is like quality plaster, if this is cheap, if it's expensive. I just bought whatever I could find. Oh, that's not a good sign though. It's double bagged. Oh boy. That can't be good. So, you know, even the manufacturer was like, ooh. Oh man, yep, double bagged. I'm trying to see if there's already signs of dust in there. A little bit. Okay. I also have no idea how much of this we're gonna need, but I actually do plan on, like, if the whole arm warmer thing didn't give it away, I do plan on, I guess, assuming that the plaster works well on the mask. If it doesn't work well, we're gonna have to rethink basically everything with the cosplay, so let's hope that's not what happens. But assuming that it goes well, I'm hoping to plaster most of it, to be honest. Like, yeah, because for those who don't know, like if you're like new here, I call my style junkyard cosplay. And part of the reason for that is I like to do everything super cheaply, like thrifted, upcycled. Yeah, everything is like I'm like the MacGyver of cosplay. And so what we're going to be doing with Springtrap is actually very similar to what I did with Spamped in Neo, which is I already went to a Play It Again Sports, which is an used sports gear store, and I raided it. And I bought a bunch of stuff that would make a Springtrap. And actually a perfect example of that is I can go grab one of the arm warmer thingies and we can use that to test this out. Because yeah, I think that is like at least very low stakes compared to the mask. 'Cause I'm put it this way, I do not want to have to rebuild that mask. The thought of that is beyond horrifying to me. I think I would scream. So yeah, let me grab, let's see. Got like a pile of sports gear over here. There we go. Here's one of them. Okay. One thing is I didn't really get any sports gear for the legs in particular. That'll be future me's problem. So yeah, these are the arm warmers. Like I said, these were used, they were thrifted, they were super cheap. And I was hoping to use them like, you know, as some kind of, I think it's on the wrong arm. Hold on, I think this is the left side. Yeah, kind of like what I did with, actually, this is, if anyone saw the shorts video I shared today, this is exactly what I did with Circus Baby, where I used an arm warmer like this. In her case, I just painted over it. But yeah, every now and then I get questions from people where they're like, wait, are those shin guards on my Circus Baby cosplay? And I'm like, yeah. But hey, sports gear is really good for making robotic looking things. So I'm thinking what we can do to test this out. We can just try plastering like this zone a little bit. We don't even have to do the whole thing, like just do a little bit of it and just see how it goes. Because yeah, like with something like this, if it doesn't go well, we'll just take it off. Who cares, right? Just start over. With the mask, I mean, we kind of, you know, I spent a really long time already constructing what we've got here. I really don't want to remake it. That sounds like a nightmare. So yeah, let's test things out first. Also, if you hear any sounds, the cats are getting fed. I'm sure Glenn will be very happy. Can you hear him? He's very noisy. There's actually 2 cats here, but Glenn's the one that likes to yell a lot. Yeah, you might end up hearing like, you know, cat eating noises. Hi, Jelly. What's going on? I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, we just talking about pronouns? Yeah, I mean, I'm like fine with anything. Like I use like they, them, she, her. Sometimes I get asked when I'm in like boy cosplays, like is he, him fine? I'm like, yeah, like it's fine. You know, like if people want to use he, him once I'm fully in the Springtrap cosplay, it's fine with me. I don't care. It's all good. Oh yeah, that's right. We do have the, why do I always forget? We have the custom emojis. These are my 2 cats, Glenn and Sid. There we go. I hand drew them and I made them look as derpy as possible. So yeah, they're just, the only thing is I probably, wait, are they both up here? Yeah, okay. If I step aside every now and then, it's only to keep an eye on them because Glenn likes to steal Sid's wet food when you're not looking. I mean, it kind of evens out because Sid likes to steal Glenn's kibble, but it's prescription wet food, so I'd like Sid to eat it. So yeah, if you see me doing like this every now and then, it's just me keeping an eye on them to make sure there's no theft. Because yeah, Glenn is a huge chow hound. Yeah, I can see Glenn from here at least. Yeah, I know not all cats are super food motivated, but those 2 are super food motivated. Gender apathetic. I like that term. I haven't heard that before. Have the cats added more weathering the cosplay? Yeah, that's true. For those who don't know, some of these teeth have like little pock marks in them. And the reason is because Sid is obsessed with chewing on foam to the extent that we cannot leave foam out. Any kind. Like EVA foam, styrofoam, fluffy foams, like none of it. Like he will, and he's so fast. I don't know how he does it. It's like you put foam down, you turn away for 1 second, you turn right back around, he's already eating it. It's unbelievable. So yeah, some of the teeth are naturally weathered because Sid was chewing on them. Well, he was chewing on the foam. It was foam that had already been chewed on, and I was like, what do I do with this now? And then I was like, well, I've got a cosplay that needs to look weathered, so I guess we have teeth now. Sorry, yeah, just making sure. Sid, are you still eating? Okay, he's still eating. Sid's also kind of weird, and sometimes, like, if he stops eating, I have to chase him with the plate to get him to keep eating. We'll see. It's hard to, like, hear if it's, like, one or two cats eating, you know what I mean? I feel like Glenn is, like, kind of... He does this thing where he tries to stealthily turn himself while he's eating, so that eventually he's facing Sid's bowl, and then he can, you know... Glenn's, like, a little too smart for his own good, and Sid's not very smart. Sorry, Sid. You're very sweet and very cute, but, like, I don't think all the lights are on upstairs with Sid. Okay, so anyways, sorry, getting off track here. Hi, Robert. Yeah, I used to do that with foam and Easter grass. Oh no. Your cat doesn't chew on your things. I wish that was the case. Glenn doesn't. Glenn is good. He does not chew on things, but Sid's got some weird issues, I would say. Also, I gotta remember to keep sipping on this, or it's gonna be another one of those live streams where it's 8 p.m. and I'm still drinking an energy drink like an idiot. Smart cat. Actually, the smartest thing that Glenn does when it comes to stealing food, and my roommates have seen it too. I have witnesses. He'll pretend to eat. Isn't that crazy? Oh, wait, hold on. He's like, don't even think about it. I see you staring down Sid's bowl. Don't you dare. But yeah, he'll finish his food, right? But he doesn't want to move because he still wants to be in position to get Sid's food. So literally with an empty bowl, Glenn will just go like this. And like look around to see if anyone notices. Like he actually pretends to eat. Don't you dare. He's like staring down Sid's bowl. No. Don't. Sorry. I'm just like very paranoid here. Usually Sid won't eat this much of the prescription food, so I'm like, yes, just keep it going. Don't let Glenn get any of it. Glenn's looking right at me. I got my eye on you, mister. Yeah, that's right. Walk away. You go that way. Let Sid finish. Okay, I think Glenn realized he, like, wasn't gonna get away with it, so he, like, walked away. He, like, made eye contact with me and was like, fine. Like, walked away. Okay. Hopefully we're good now. Hi, Blubber, Blaze and Blub. How late? For me, it's like 5:30-ish right now. Okay, so let me cut this. If you couldn't tell, I was stalling a little about it because of the dust. I really hope it's not too bad. I'm trying not to like cut too much of it. Because yeah, like if I had to guess why you don't see a whole lot of plaster used in cosplay, I really just think it's the mess. You know, things like EVA foam are a lot cleaner. Oof, yeah, I can already see like my scissors have like a white dusting on them now. Okay. Yep, there, and it begins. I probably should not be wearing black right now, I just realized. Then again, I don't think I own any clothing that's not black, so it is what it is. I am what I am. Okay. So here is the plaster. Like I said, I'm not fully removing it because just no. Bad idea. I'll put this over here. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's like kind of like a funky paper towel, you could say. See, like that. But it's kind of stiff. And then yeah, it's coated in this like dust. It's kind of like, it's sort of like advanced paper mache. Hi, Sid. Sorry, Sid the cat's walking over. He's got his like curious face on. You know that face cats make when they're like, I really want to know what's going on over here. Hi. You want to come hang out with us? He's like exploring. We'll see if he wants to come up here or not. If he wants to get on the table, though, we might have an issue. I'll clear things for him if it comes to that, but we'll see. Yeah, so the way that this works, it's actually really, really basic. I even watched a very short video from a sculptor about doing this right before I went live just to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything. And I was like, nope, it's just as easy as I remember. So you cut strips of the plaster. You can cut as much as you want, make it as long, short, wide, whatever. And then you dunk. I tried to say dip and dunk at the same time, and I don't know what word just was created in that moment. You dip, and I'm like, wait, which word do I go with? Dunk? I don't know. You put it in the water. We're neither word. We're going to put. You put it in the water, and then you take it back out, and just plaster. That's it. And you just keep layering and layering and layering, because obviously, like, the more layers you've got, like, you know, the sturdier it is. So you can see here, like, did you see the dust? Oh God. I'm gonna try to actually seal this stuff, I think. If there's any hope of ever transporting Springtrap to a convention, I refuse to be leaving a trail of powder everywhere I go. But yeah, it's very solid because it's got multiple layers. So that's what we would be doing here. So yeah, I think we can like just do some test wrap. The only thing is I'm wondering, hold on. Do you want to like just resize this before we start? And I do realize I don't think I'm wearing this correctly. That wasn't like really the goal with it. It's kind of like with Circus Baby where like I'm using shin guards for the arms. In fact, these might even be shin guards. I don't know sports. What do I know? I don't know anything about anything. Okay. Let me see if I can tighten this. I mean, not that it really matters because we can adjust this kind of stuff later, but I don't know if I can really tighten it that much. If I go like this way. Yeah, it's probably supposed to go more like that. That's kind of what I was curious about before I like started, was just making sure. Okay. So in that case, I guess I'm just wondering, like, would it be bad to plaster over the Velcro so that I can't use it anymore? Probably. We should probably like avoid it for now. That's like something we can deal with later. That'll be like future end stage cosplay problems. I just want to see how tight I can make it. I think that's as far as it goes. Okay, that's kind of what I need though. Like, apparently these were for someone with larger forearms than me. If these are even for arms, I have no idea. Maybe they're for shins. I have no clue. Whatever. Like, maybe this is like not even slightly how you're supposed to wear it. Whatever. All that matters is it looks like an animatronic part in the end. I don't care about the rest of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna like leave that there so I just know, like, for now, just avoid this zone until we figure that out way later in the process. We'll just do like a little bit of testing here. I think okay, here's the thing. I think in the future, what's gonna end up happening, hopefully, is I would love to make this be like a full-blown like plaster cast, right? So like all the way around so that it's just like eventually I can just slip my arm in there and it's like fully form-fitted. I don't think we should be dealing with that right now. That's the kind of thing where you're gonna see me like wrapping like cellophane around my arms and just like, yeah, that's a future live stream. We will just test out just a few strips here just to see, does it stick well? I mean, this is a different material obviously, but like I just want to test the adhesiveness a little bit. Because I did see in the reviews, like, some people said the adhesiveness was kind of questionable. And just kind of like see how it layers a little bit. And frankly, we can always take it off probably at the end too. I don't think it's going to stick that well. So yeah, let's give some of this a try. Also, sorry, I know I'm like falling behind on the chat here. Arm pads are so they are arm pads, right? Like if anyone here knows sports, like am I sounding really stupid? Okay. I don't know why, but like starting things is always like kind of oh hey, the sun's like coming out. Getting some extra lighting in here today. I don't know if that's good or bad though, because now I'm backlit like in a weird way. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. Oh, that's one of the cats peeing. I was like, what the hell was that? I hope the mic's not picking that up. Why is it so loud? I really hope that wasn't picked up. That was like spooky. I thought we had a haunting. It's just one of the cats in the litter box. Was that Sid? That was very impressive. Okay, sorry, that was really weird. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna cut a strip here. I can hear Sid like scratching around in the litter right now. He's having a good time. At least I assume it's Sid. I'm actually not sure. Okay. So I got a little strip here. I'm just gonna cut like a bit off of it. It doesn't have to be very precise. Also, yeah, I don't know if you can like, oh, it was Glenn. I'm sorry, Sid. I was, he sounds very proud of himself. That was very good, Glenn. You did a good job. Why do cats do that? Why do they have to announce that they used the litter box? Congrats. Do you want us to throw you a party? Okay, so that was actually Glenn. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if you can like really see it, but there's already like a fine coating of white powder all over this. So just have to accept that that's part of the process. Almost makes me wonder if I should wear a mask or something while I do this. I don't know. Hold on, let me look it up. Um, Sounds like it's not a bad idea. Let's see. Because yeah, I can always just like put on like a COVID mask, you know? Yeah, maybe I should just in case, right? I don't want to set a bad example, you know? Okay, 1 second. I think you should always practice safety when you can. Sorry, I have to grab a fresh one. I forgot I threw that one out. I had one I'd been using for a little while. Got a million of them though. Okay. I'll just sound a little muffled, I guess. Yeah, this is one of the ones with the bendy wires. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I have black COVID masks. I told y'all I'm pretty like pretty goth. I'm goth. Are y'all still able to hear me? Like, I mean, that's the purpose of the mic, right? So they can still hear me. Okay. I wonder if I should like double mask because I never used a mask when I was building this, and I always kind of regretted it. I was like, that was probably not super smart, you know? I want to do the right thing this time. Let's see. Seems like people just kind of argue about whether you should double mask or not. I don't know. Seems like it depends on who you ask, you know? I have no idea. I could put on two. I don't know. Hi, Goofy. I don't know if those kind of mask kits particulate. I know, that's the thing, right? Like, it's not really what they're for. That's why I'm wondering if I'm like, should I put on 2? I could put on 2. Better than nothing. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's gotta be better than nothing at least, right? Setting a bad example. No, I don't want to. I'm trying very hard not to. Mask is a good choice. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If I was using spray paint stuff, I definitely would. Okay. You know, I'll grab another one just in case. We have like a million of them, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, don't want to be like inhaling too much of that plaster. It's so dusty. I probably already inhaled way too much of it back when I was making the Silent Hill nurse mask, but I had no idea what I was doing at the time. Like, I was like beyond amateur. I'd never tried to make a cosplay like that before. Okay, are you still able to hear me? If it gets too muffled, just let me know and we can like remove one of them. Okay. Make sure it's like nice and tight, you know? Oh, there's Sid. Hi, Sid. I'm sorry I accused you of being loud in the litter box when it was actually Glenn all along. Okay. You're in Jest Blaster. I certainly hope I don't do that. Work with a lot of fur. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because I think there might be like a carcinogen in the plaster. I'm not positive, but I don't know exactly what. Speaking of that, I think Sid is eating plastic. Do I have to go intervene? Are you eating plastic? Sid likes to eat things he shouldn't. Sid? Hey. What are you doing? He probably went looking for foam and found plastic. Okay, I think he's walking away. He was definitely chewing on it, though. I saw that. I'm telling you, cats are like toddlers. But yeah, like I'm not positive, but I think I read once that there is like a bit of a carcinogen element to this stuff. So I was like, you probably shouldn't breathe it in if you could avoid it, you know? Not a good idea. Okay. I'll remember for next time to just put the mask on right away. I somehow forgot I was even using plaster today, even though that was the whole point of the stream. I got like so wrapped up in setting up that it was like, oh, right, the plaster. Duh. Hi, Miss Kitty. Welcome back, Dolly Chew. Okay, let's do a little test strip here. So yeah, just gonna dunk it in water. Sorry, I'll like move the camera. It's like not in a good spot. And I'm just gonna lay it here. It actually does seem like it's adhering pretty well. Okay, tilt that a bit more. Are you able to see okay? I know it's not perfect. Sorry, I know the chat's probably covering it up for those of you on mobile. And if I like push this back a little, you can see better. Like that, something like that. Sid's roaming around again. You better not be thinking about eating no foam, I swear. There might be foam about because I've been working on this stuff, so just don't even try it. Okay. See, there's just like the one strip there. So how about... Oh, Sid's right here. Hello. You gonna hang out with us? Okay, Sid's just like chilling right there off screen. Okay. I'm just gonna cut this up again. So like I said, this is just a test area over here. Just to like see how this all works. Especially because I've never used this brand of plaster. And I just want to see like how it do. According to the main like page that I bought it from, it said that it only needs like 15 minutes to dry. I was like, are you sure? I swear whatever stuff I used before needed way more time than that. I'm gonna grab some paper towels too. Because yeah, it literally said it was like 15, maybe like 20 minutes, and then you can start painting it. And I was like, how is that possible? That seems way too fast. Okay. I'll still see well? Okay, good. Yeah, if at any point I need to like move this around, I'll do it. Okay, so I put 3 layers there. I just wanted to see like how sturdy it would get. So the reason I wanted to see that is just, you know, part of the reason I want to plaster as much of this cosplay as I can is, you know, the sports gear like this, it has a lot of these like weird indents and lines and rivets and stuff. We don't really want that for Springtrap. Like that would be weird. So I'm hoping that by using stuff like plaster, we can like fill in gaps like that. Same thing with the mask, right? Like any like weird areas, you know, can get filled in, especially when it comes to up here where like I do think we need like this can still be the nose, you know, because Springtrap's got like that snout, but there definitely has to be like something like rounded underneath it because this is like not the shape you want to be putting teeth on. Like that's just weird. So yeah, we need like a smoother surface, and I think the plaster can handle that, hopefully. Also, I will have to take the mask off occasionally to drink energy drink. Hello again. Okay. Got some cat fans here. Raccoons are cool. Yeah, I've seen the price of fur. It's crazy. I know, I heard about Dolly Parton too. I'm so sad. I feel like it's always the nicest people that go. Okay. Move this over. Honestly, this stuff is not dusting as badly as this stuff did. I will say that. This might have been some cheap crap. I don't remember because it was 4 years ago. It is also a little suspicious that like when I tried to find the same plaster wrap, it seemed to be gone. Maybe like no one else liked it either. Yeah, always possible. So yeah, I'm just kind of testing. It's definitely still wet. Let's put like a second layer, like right there, just see how it looks. And then yeah, I want to kind of like let it dry a bit. Like according to the thing, it should dry pretty fast. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they said. Okay. So I just put that there. And yeah, I did 3 layers, so we want to like match that energy. I'm gonna have to clean off these scissors when we're done. Yuck. But yeah, like I said, it's basically like advanced paper mache, right? This will be like a good way though to see how like the actual full body of this cosplay could look if all goes well. Okay. I'm kind of pushing it into the divots a little because I have a feeling like later, like here I'm going horizontal, right? Later we're probably gonna go like vertical to hopefully help like further increase that like coverage of those lines there. So okay, kind of see that? So like it's so much smoother, right, than like where these lines are. That's what's really nice about plaster. So yeah, I want to see how fast it dries compared to what they said. Like I actually still have the thing pulled up. Let me see what exactly how much time they said. I kept the page open because I was like in disbelief. Was it under like, hold on, where did it say? It had like an instruction thing. Oh, it says 10 to 16 minutes. That's crazy. I must have used something really terrible then for the Silent Hill nurse because I swear it was way longer than that. And also it left so much dust everywhere that 4 years later, it's still doing it. It's still raining powder. Nasty. Yeah, I know Dolly Parton. I mean, she was 80. I know she'd been having health problems, like she'd been canceling shows and stuff, but I don't know, she was so private, that it's like it still felt like it came out of nowhere despite that. So sad. Hi, Wisteria. Am I late? No, we haven't even been doing this for an hour. Yeah, for anyone who just got here, we're testing out some plaster wrap on this arm here. And if it all goes well, we can try applying some of it to the mask. Because the nice thing about plaster is that, like, if theoretically, you can kind of just like, the sky's the limit with it, essentially. Like, you can just keep layering it, you can keep shaping it. It's like clay, right? You can just, yeah, keep shaping it, sand it. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, like, well, why don't you just use foam clay then? Y'all, I have such a love-hate relationship with foam clay, I can't even begin to tell you. It takes so long to dry, minimum 2 days. It is so hard to get it smooth, even when you sand it. I don't know, I probably just suck at it. I've tried sanding it and I just end up with like cracks forming in it. And then, oh, is that Sid? What are you doing? Okay. I think Sid found a treat under something. Is there a treat under there? What do you need? Is there food under there? Come on. Look, is there something under there? Sid. No? I don't know. I lifted it up for him. I didn't see anything. He seems convinced there's like a stray kibble or something. Sid, I don't think there's anything there. I don't know what to tell you. Are you... I'm trying to decide if I should help him or not. Here, hold on. Here, look. See? There's nothing there. Unless, oh, is there? Oh, wait, I think he got it. Yo, good job. I wonder how long that treat was buried under this giant luggage thing over here that Sid just ate. Congrats, Sid. He found the forbidden treasure. You proud of yourself? He's just loafing over here. Okay. Ugh. The math maker foam clays go to. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I do use it sometimes. Actually, my Spampton Neo mask and nose is made out of foam clay. The phone hand for Spampton Neo is also foam clay. It's just, yeah, the drying times are a nightmare. It shrinks over time, which is unfortunate. That is why my phone hand actually does not fit nearly as well as it used to. Super annoying. And at least in my experience, if you want to be doing textured cosplays like this, something like this, foam clay is almost a little too smooth and clay-like. For Springtrap, we want something kind of like wrinkly, grimy, gross, So I think for something like this, I think plaster wrap will be a lot easier to work with. Especially if it does dry. I mean, yeah, it is actually like pretty solid already. That's crazy. I swear, this thing here took like a day to dry. That must have been the worst plaster of all time. And you see how it's like fully stuck now? Like I'm trying to push it off and it won't come off. See? That's what's so great about plaster wrap. And yeah, it's like now we've already got this like grimy texture that we can work with. And yeah, I mean, later on down the line, what we can do is like, I can wear it. I'll like cellophane my arm, wear this, and we can actually wrap the plaster all the way around to make like, an actual like arm shape, like a full cast, literally. And yeah, that way I can have like a permanent Springtrap arm. So now the other thing too is like foam clay is not expensive. But when we were talking about using this quantity of like just a full body creation, the plaster is also the cheaper way to go. Like we have, I mean, we literally have like 2 giant tubs of foam clay, but just imagine how much of it I would need to do like full casting and stuff. It would be a nightmare. So yeah, I think as much as I hate the like that you gotta like wear a mask and that there's powder everywhere, I still think it's the better way to go for this cosplay. Assuming that it doesn't make too much of a mess. Like that's why I want to test some of this. If it turns out that like there is no future where this cosplay isn't just shedding everywhere, then I might rethink how we're going about this. I could even see a future where like, I could see a situation where like I plaster stuff and then put like a layer of foam clay over that to seal it a bit. I don't know. I hope it doesn't come to that, but like that could be an option. So yeah, this is like, I mean, it is impressive. This is already very dry. Is that Sid again? What is he doing? Sounds like he's like clawing something. Hold on. Sid, what are you doing? Sid's, between the 2 cats, Sid's the mischief one. What are you doing? I don't even know where he is. I hear him. Sid? I have no idea. I could literally hear him like clawing something. And it's a mystery. Anything for a single kibble, exactly. They're so determined. Worst mistake while making a cosplay? I mean, frankly, I don't look back proudly on me, like, not only making this without, like, any protective gear of any sort, like, on my face, like, but also, like, the fact that I was constantly wearing it and probably just directly breathing these things in. Probably gonna pay the price for that someday. Hopefully, later rather than sooner. Yikes. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever had, like, just a silly mistake. Like, a bad one, but it's at least funny. I mean, I don't know. I fumbled so hard on the Spampton Neo nose so many times. I must have made like 5 of them. It was so annoying. You do laundry watching this? Oh, gosh, I have to do laundry too. I leave for Dragon Con in 1 week, and I really, really need to do laundry. Okay. You're sleepy. Honestly, I'm kind of sleepy too. Yeah, exactly. Like foam clay does get kind of pricey after a while. It's good for like small things, but if we're talking like, you know, just full casting and stuff, I think it'll be a little too expensive. Heading out, Pansy? Well, thanks for joining. Are you heading out too, K-Bucks? You see my ribs eat more. Oh, don't worry. I got that covered. Mistakes are always waiting too long to start my cosplay. That's so real. That might even be me with this one. Okay. You know, it doesn't feel that bad. I wonder... Oh, I'm like so nervous at the thought of like... Eek. I know we've got to, but I don't know. Some of you might know that feeling, right? Where it's like, now you got to do the stuff where you might be ruining things. I know we got to go for it though. We'll start in the safe zones, right? I'm just going to plaster like the bottom area. We'll just do like here. And then we just have to make sure we avoid like any area where there's like hinges and stuff. We don't want to touch that, obviously. But yeah, this will be like a good testing zone. It's just to try stuff down there. I'm wondering if... I don't know. There's like... I really did like a just hasty job with the foam in here. I could theoretically fill up that area with plaster. I'm just trying to decide if it would, like, make it hard to wear. Maybe what we should do is, like, yeah, we'll, like, do some plaster down here, see how it dries, make sure it even sticks. I mean, again, this is a different material than that. Maybe it won't work as well. And then if that works okay, I might even be able to, like, put it on, actually, and we'll kinda see how that fits. Because I mean, it would be pretty convenient if I could just fill all of this in, you know? Yeah. If not, though, that is something foam clay could do. Like, that wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah. Hey, Tommy. Okay. Like, getting so much, like, lipstick in there. Yuck. Next time we do a stream with plaster, I just won't even bother with makeup, I swear. It'll be like one of my get ready with me's. Okay. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more here. I think in the case of something like plaster, it's better to do less rather than more because you can always keep building it up. But once it dries, it's going to become more of a pain to like take it back. You know what I mean? So let's see here. I'm thinking, okay. Yeah, we're going to want to like kind of, I'm going to do really tiny pieces actually. Because I don't, well, I mean, I actually do kind of want some of that though. I'm trying to decide how much of it I want to go like under the chin. Because there is like a big gap there that's kind of like, ugh. I mean, I know I could just put this thing on. It's just, you know, then I have to like be plastering my face. Well, let's at least start with this area just to like see if the plaster even sticks to it, you know? See if it'll even cooperate. So I'm going to cut these strips like super thin. Like really thin. And then I'm going to make them kind of short because we can just build them up, you know? There's already so much dust everywhere though. Oh my god. So nasty. I know some people like they sculpt with this stuff and I don't know how they like can put up with the mess. Okay. I just dip that. And then yeah, we're just gonna start with this. Now theoretically, this stuff should cling pretty well to this like mesh material because I do know that this mesh is very popular amongst people who make like fursuits and stuff. And I trust them to know what they're talking about. Okay. Just want to make sure y'all can actually see what I'm doing. What am I working on? Yeah, for anyone who just got here, this is hopefully, eventually, going to be a Springtrap cosplay. So I am attempting to make a mask for him. But I'm doing it with a technique I have not done in 4 years. See how we can like hide the that stuff, you know, that was I'm gonna be honest, those were zip ties. I used them like they were like sewing thread. Hi Raventhorn. The nice thing about a character like Springtrap is we really don't have to worry about like getting all nice and even with it. Like, let's face it, it should look kind of lumpy and terrible. Now, I don't want to do too many layers because remember, we do still have the pile of teeth. So that is also something we could do because one of the issues is going to be how to line up this area and this area so that the teeth are like, I mean, let's face it, we don't want Springtrap to have like a comically goofy overbite or something. Like, you know, like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like overbites here, but like he does have to look scary to some degree. If he starts getting like a goofy like friend like image friend smile, people might not take it so seriously. Okay. So cut some more of this. Like once again, I'm just gonna like half this and then cut little pieces because yeah, it's just it's easier to like start small. Okay. I'm just gonna double these up and cut them. Don't know what you're making, but it's beautiful. Thank you, Aunt Kitty. Well, hopefully this will become a Springtrap mask eventually. If all goes according to plan. Also, for anyone who just got here, this thing here off to the side, this is actually a Silent Hill nurse mask that I made 4 years ago using plaster wrap. And you can see like it's actually still holding up pretty freaking well for 4 years. I just brought it out as like an example. I haven't done that cosplay in a while. Okay. Also, again, for any newcomers, we were testing this out. This is like our testing area, and I gotta say, I mean, it's like, I'm kind of impressed compared to the like cheap, terrible plaster I used last time. Like, this is drying really well. And yeah, it's like it sticks and everything. It's still tacky. Like, I definitely would not, like, despite their whole, like, oh, you only need 10 to 16 minutes, which is like, what a weirdly specific time, 10 to 16 minutes, what? Despite them saying that, I wouldn't paint on this personally, even though they said it was okay. To me, this is a way too sticky still for that. But yeah, I mean, based on the speed with which it's drying, I'd say within at least a couple hours, you could probably start painting it. Personally, I'm paranoid. I think I would give everything like, I'd let it sit overnight at the very least before I would start painting it. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but yeah. Like, I definitely don't plan on doing any painting with this tonight, you know? Okay, let's kind of keep going here. But man, this does take me back to when I was working on the Silent Hill nurse mask. This is like very nostalgic. It's just funny because like I said, if it wasn't for the Silent Hill nurse mask, I don't think I would even have like a YouTube channel or anything. Like it's weird to think about, but it's true. Back then, I never considered like doing social media anything with my cosplays. It just wasn't even on my radar. Who am I cosplaying? Yeah, for anyone who just got here, yeah, we are working on a mask for a future Springtrap cosplay. This is me having terrible aim because I'm attempting to do this live. Obviously, if I was doing this on my own, I'd probably be sitting or something. I do have a chair back here, but still. Okay. But yeah, when I made the Silent Hill nurse back then, like I never made any content. I feel bad because there's basically no videos from then, which is sad. I think I took like 2 videos or something. They're not very good. But I do think, you know, honestly though, I might have to credit those videos at least a little bit with me starting to do social media. because if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I shared the Silent Hill nurse photos because we actually did do like a photo shoot, so they were like very high quality photos, and people were like, they like really liked the cosplay. And I was like, oh, okay, this actually got like a lot of attention. Like, do people actually like the stuff I make? Like, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. So then I was like, oh, okay. Well, it turns out that I had taken a couple videos where I actually did the nurse movements. So I was like, oh, you all liked how the cosplay looked in the photos? Well, I can move like one of those. Want to see? And then that's what I realized, like, oh, it's not even just that people like the cosplays I've been making, they also like the way I perform them. And now here I am these days known for like my robot moves and stuff. But yeah, I would say like, even though I still say to this day that my first true cosplay was Undyne, but I would not, unfortunately, I would never credit her as the one that like would be the reason I do social media and have like a YouTube channel and stuff. I would actually give that credit to the nurse. And Blind Mag, weirdly enough. But I'm pretty sure when I started, like, when I got like TikTok and everything, like, I don't think anyone even knew I had the Undyne cosplay at that time. Okay. But I still credit her as the first. Because she is. So yeah, you see I'm like building it up so that, I'll tilt this up for y'all. So like all those little, you know, threaded looking pieces are getting like slowly hidden now by the plaster. Time for a 2.0. Do you mean for the nurse? I did film some fresh Silent Hill nurse videos back when the remake came out, but I don't think those got like any attention. I was in one of my like just usual flop eras, like yeah. People were just like, okay. Okay. Oh, it's kind of cool like seeing it like actually becoming a jaw, right? Yes. This is very exciting. It's so nostalgic. I haven't done this in so long. Oh my goodness. It's also nostalgic how disgusting it is. I'm like covered in stuff. Everything always traces back to Silent too. It's so true. It's so true. Ugh. My lipstick must be like a mess. That's okay. I don't do these live streams to look like a freaking beauty queen. This isn't a get ready with me. Okay. So you have a bit of a jaw. China side. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish up this like bottom layer. I'm not going to go any farther than that yet. Not yet. I do think I am going to have to plaster like farther underneath to kind of like fit under my jaw because it is pretty like unsightly looking right now, admittedly. Like whenever I try this thing on, the gap is like pretty bad. But I don't want to do that until I'm like absolutely sure of how any of this is going. Because that's like, that would be like a more advanced step, you know? So let's cut some more plaster. But yeah, when it comes to like cost saving though, you know how I was saying like this is like, yes, it's a messier and possibly more health-wise dangerous thing to do than using foam clay, but these two entire rolls of plaster together was only like 20 bucks. And it might be enough to actually do the entire cosplay. Like you can see how little of it's going into the mask, right? But hopefully it doesn't kill me in the long run. That would be sad. I should probably get, like, one of those, like, actual respirators, you know? I see a lot of cosplayers use those. I wonder how much they cost. That's what it always comes down to, right? Like, the cost of things. I mean, we might have one around here. I don't know, my roommates make cosplay stuff too. They might have one. Although it might be, like, fitted for them. They're, like, big dudes. I don't know if it would fit my face. Okay. Sorry, I know this angle's not the best for, like, y'all being able to see what I'm doing, but hopefully you can more or less see what I'm doing. Oh, Lisa Garland cosplay? You know what's funny? I just coincidentally today shared, like, today's shorts video on the channel is, I dug up, I still had, a few, just like a couple, Elizabeth Afton cosplay to circus baby cosplay transition videos. So by total coincidence, I shared one of those today because that wig is basically a Lisa Garland wig. Like, yeah, it's like, it would be perfect. So yeah, go check out that shorts video, y'all. Well, no, don't do it now because then if you leave the live stream, then the algorithm will be like, no. But later, like after the live stream, you should totally check it out. I'm trying to like cover this one area and it's like, I may eventually have to like sit down for some of this because it is really hard to see from where I'm standing. Whatever. Also, let me like make sure like, want to make sure that none of the like actual hinge part of that is being affected. Okay. How's this top part coming along? Pretty good. That is pretty good. So I guess what I'm wondering now is how much more do I want to build it up before like we stop and it becomes like, because here's the thing, I want to put the teeth over like halfway, right? Once we've like been building up, it's like I'll put a couple layers, put the teeth down, and then put more plaster over all of that to seal the teeth. So I don't want to make the jaw like too bulky before the teeth go on, or else, I don't know. We don't need like a Habsburg jaw on Springtrap. He was already done dirty enough by the whole, so, I don't, this will be the second live stream where I start making jokes about Scraptrap. Can't even like, I can't even mention Scraptrap without laughing. That design did William Afton dirty. Oh, Mod Podge, yeah, Mod Podge is also a really good thing to use with cosplays. Best cosplay you've done? That's good. It's always a good feeling when you're like genuinely like really proud of a cosplay you're working on. Invent spray on icing for cake decorating? Are you sure that's not already a thing? That sounds like something that would exist. I wonder if it does. Okay. Let's keep going here. Got a slightly bigger piece here. Yeah, I mean, I do think I need a bit more layering because, like, you can still see the mesh through there. I don't really want that. Even though the teeth, like, are going to cover it still. Okay. Strips. I kind of want to check on this thing again. How are you doing? How you doing? Yeah, like still a little tacky, but I mean, it's pretty freaking solid. Hell yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? I was trying to decide like where I want to put it. Yeah, I want to layer like up top here. Because the thing is like, due to where those, I still don't know what to call them. Like I said, they were zip ties that I used like sewing thread. They stuck out quite a bit. So I'm attempting to like at least put enough of a layer here that I'll have like a smooth area to put the teeth on. Because if you can kind of picture this, like if it's all like bumpy, then the teeth are like gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna be like we don't want that. So we do at least need to have like a somewhat smooth surface for that spot, or this is gonna get very silly looking. We don't want scrap trap. Sorry. I never miss an opportunity to throw shade at scrap trap. Okay. Sorry, this angle is very like, ugh. I can already see like spots where it's just like, it has like funny little indents that I'm trying to get rid of. Again, for the sake of the teeth. I think it was good I waited on the teeth. Like I said, I originally planned on actually gluing the teeth onto the bottom jaw before the live stream, but I think that would have been a mistake. This is way better. It'll just look more natural now. I mean, as natural as a rotted animatronic can possibly look, but still. I will say though, but like by doing this, it really feels like the cosplay is like really starting to happen now. You know, like we're not just like messing around. It's like, no, we're like actually making Springtrap finally. That's crazy. This is like a cosplay that's been on my bucket list for such a long time. I can't believe we're finally doing it. The cooking stream of Springtrap. Not sure if the cosplay is going to end up with enough dexterity for that, but it would be pretty funny. Yeah, that's the other thing. I actually was starting to finally look into like getting started on those Glamrock Chica cooking streams. The only thing, and it's not a big deal, it's just I'm gonna have to look into something for the hands because I don't think that cooking with those like fancy rhinestone like decorated gloves that I made for her, like that seems like a bad idea, right? Like you definitely don't want to be cooking with those. So I'm gonna have to look up some sort of alternative. I don't know if I don't really like the idea of, because I was like, oh, you could get like white latex gloves maybe, but maybe it's just me. I don't really like the thought of latex touching the food. I had the same issue when I was doing the Undyne ones where I considered latex and eventually just was like, I'm just not gonna wear gloves at all because also I want to be able to wash my hands, right? Like you're working with food. I don't know. I might just get like fingerless gloves and sort of go like the circus baby route where like I know it's like it breaks the immersion a little, but like I could just have like, you know, the fingers out, maybe just like paint the nails pink or something, even though like Glamrock Chica actually does not have pink nails, which is why my gloves for her also don't. I'm gonna assume that design choice was because they were like, no, she doesn't have hands, she has chicken wings, right? Like, yeah, sure. But yeah, that is something that I am going to have to look into. And it's like I said, it's not a big deal. It's such a like easy thing to figure out, but I was just I was mentally planning out like, okay, like how do we like start transitioning into doing those cooking streams? And then I was like, wait, you don't want to cook with those gloves on? Can you imagine some of those rhinestones just like falling off right into the food? No, thank you. Especially because I'd probably be serving it to my roommates too. I'd really rather not like, you know, hand them a plate of microplastics. Also, it's just not very sanitary to be wearing like cloth gloves while you're cooking. Like, ew. Okay. Sorry, I know this probably isn't like the most exciting thing to watch, but I'm actually really excited. I don't know, I know it sounds silly, but I'm like, I'm finally having that moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we're actually like making like Springtrap. Like an actual like jaw is happening. I don't know. Some of you who make cosplays, I don't know if it's like that for some of y'all, but it's like sometimes it doesn't register what you're making until a certain point, and then you're like, "Oh, like, I see it. I see it. The vision, it's forming." It's very exciting. So if I seem like a little like, yeah, like that's why. I'm a little hyper. Okay. Why am I wearing a mask? For anyone who just showed up, I am wearing a mask because I am working with plaster wrap at the moment. And if you breathe this powder in, it's probably really bad for you. And I say that as someone who unfortunately did not wear masks the last time I worked with plaster wrap. And I'm probably going to find out like 40 years from now that I shouldn't have done that. So let's hope that's not the case. At least it wasn't something I did regularly, day in and day out. But yeah, for those of you using plaster wrap, please wear something. Honestly, I should probably be wearing like an actual respirator or something, but I'm wearing 2 masks at the very least. But yeah. So if anyone shows up and is like, you know, being weird about me wearing a mask during a live stream when I'm in a home, yeah, it's I'm not trying to like run from disease monsters indoors here. I just I don't really feel like breathing in I don't even know what's in plaster wrap, but I'm pretty sure carcinogens are involved. So yeah. I don't want to die is what I'm saying. Oh, thank you so much for the star K-Bucks. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hi, MXRRORM, etc., etc. Hello. I'm sure I did not come even slightly close to reading that right. Latex doesn't sound very safe. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I don't know, do people ever cook with latex gloves? That sounds weird to me. Like, it's probably okay, but I don't know, it just sounds bad. I mean, I actually used to work in food service, to believe it or not. Um, and I know I wore gloves a lot because it turned out I had a mild latex allergy and didn't know it. And so at the end of every shift, my hands were like so inflamed that it was ridiculous. It took me way too long to figure out what the issue was. But I wasn't like cooking. You know what I mean? I was just doing like basic food prep and washing dishes and stuff. I don't know. I think like actually cooking with latex gloves on just sounds kind of. I don't know about that. Okay. So excited to watch those seeing things come together. Right? You just hit that moment where you're like, oh my God, like it's really happening. It's so exciting. I wasn't really having that moment before. I think maybe I briefly felt it when I put on all of the sports gear because then I could actually see the silhouette of the cosplay for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, like, actually, I have no idea if this is relatable or not. That at least was the first moment I started to like have that feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's Springtrap. And the reason I know that is because like the moment all of that sports gear went on, I just immediately like started going into like Springtrap mode. Like I didn't even hesitate. I just was like, oh hell yeah. Like and I was just like, oh yeah, let's do it. And I was like, you look stupid. You're wearing a bunch of used sports gear pretending to be an animatronic. Knock it off. But it's like my brain just immediately was like, oh yeah, this is the thing that you want to be doing. This is the vision. But now I'm like really feeling it. Because I can like actually see like a face is gonna be happening here and stuff. So yeah, if I seem a little hyper considering it's like 6:30 p.m. my time, and I should probably not be hyper still. I think I'm just having that like cosplay excitement. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah, I guess I just I don't know. I don't know if I should talk about this or not. Maybe I should ask my mom. Let's just say I know from personal experience that you shouldn't breathe this stuff in. Yeah, it'll kill you. It'll literally kill you. Don't do it. Shouldn't washing hands before and after. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. I'm like, if I wear latex gloves, then like it's gonna be hard to even just wash my hands. I don't like the idea of that. Hi, official Kiribaku Rants. Hi, Martin Hampson. Ugh, from school. I don't believe it. Yuck. School sucks. Oh wait, I'm supposed to set a good example though. Stay in school. Even if it sucks, stay in school. Food safety class though, so you definitely know what you're talking about then. That's good. I was just a minimum wage food prep person. I have no clue. I just did whatever they told me to do and hoped for the best. Hi, Kevin Z Kangaroo. Okay. So I'm just trying to like smooth it out. It's still like a little bit wrinkly. I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more layers. Because again, I just want to make sure the teeth have a somewhat even surface to work with. I'm also wondering... I'm still debating if I should fill in that area there. Because like I said, there's a gap between the foam and like the mesh. I just don't remember how it like sits when I wear it. I should have like checked that before we started. Not that I can't like just add plaster later. I guess part of me is like, well, hey, as long as we're here, right? Because it might be like kind of annoying to do that after the teeth are on, if you know what I mean. Like just kind of, you have to like reach over them. It just sounds obnoxious. I'm gonna like touch the foam. I'm gonna touch the foam. Hold on. I just want to see how it like. Yeah, I think even if I'm wearing it, that's still gonna be a gap. Maybe I should just go ahead and fill it in. I mean, what's the harm? Might be kind of boring for y'all, but it would suck to try and put the teeth on, or put that stuff in there after the teeth. Oh, actually, no. I mean, I can just reach in, like, you just go this way, right? I guess it wouldn't be a big deal. Okay, yeah, maybe I should wait on that then. I kind of forgot that, like, the mask isn't just, you know, like, I can actually just, you know, reach inside and nothing will happen. Like, duh. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, so it's still a little lumpy. I'm trying to think if I can, like, angle this so y'all can see what I mean. Yeah, do you see how there's, like, right here? Not this guy, but back here, right? See, it's got a little bit of this like wave to it. For most of the cosplay, I would actually want that. We want just like nasty, lumpy texture. This is just like a rotten, nasty animatronic. Just not for the teeth. Like I don't want the teeth to be like, you know what I mean? It just, no. It should be like smooth. This isn't Mangle. I know the endo head, I did do the teeth like intentionally like all scrambly looking. This is a little different. Green apple bag? Is that the Ita bag you were talking about? Basically, you can't live an underpaid job. Me talking about when I worked in food service. Actually, I was still in school when I was working in food service, though. That really sucked. There were days where I got up at like 3 a.m. and walked through blizzards to go do food prep for hours and then go to class. I don't look back fondly on any of that. Good riddance. And yes, I was paying minimum wage for all that trouble. Good times. Hi, Shoto. Yeah, Mod Podge takes a while to dry, doesn't it? I haven't used Mod Podge in a while, but I feel like I remember being annoyed with it because I had to wait for it. I'm not very patient, if y'all couldn't tell. If I was more patient, I probably would be using more foam clay than I am right now. But I'm not patient. I want things to dry immediately. I think that's why I hate painting so much. Like, obviously, I put up with a certain amount of painting, um, for cosplay making, but I don't like it. I don't find it fun at all. It's so slow and tedious. And yet there I was individually painting every single one of these teeth for Springtrap. Each one, though, was done with just loving care. Every single tooth has its own little characteristics. Some of them have like little like blood trails. Some have like little dirt spots. They all have like a fun little gradient. So yeah, I tried to have a good time with it. Mod Podge made out of mods. This is where all the, and maybe that's where all like Reddit moderators end up someday. They all get turned into Mod Podge. Maybe that would be the good timeline. Passing all your classes? Heck yeah. Changing the strap for a hat. Well, so here's the other thing. I actually had thought about just for the sake of humor during the live stream testing it out. There will be a wig actually on top of all this. And that is the other thing though. Obviously the wig is only going to come down to like maybe like I don't know if you kind of picture like on a head, right? Like a here-ish or something. So I do think eventually I'm going to have like I don't know if I'll live stream it or not because I'm going to have to look so beyond stupid. But I will probably eventually have to like I don't know, put a plastic bag like over like my head like a hairnet or something and like plaster wrap like a forehead part just like high enough that like the wig will cover, the gaps and everything. So, yeah. But again, like the wig is also just like proof that like we're not going for like canon accurate Springtrap here. There's already like probably literally thousands of perfect canon accurate Springtrap cosplays. I don't need to do another one. There's so many and they're so good. Also, the Hat Trick music video already exists. So like, I can't top perfection. It's already happened. Every time I watch that music video, I'm just like, well, goodbye. Can't compete with that. But we can put our own fun spin on it. Like I tend to do. I double dipped that one. It was 2 strips. See what I mean about how I'm not very patient? I get annoyed easily. Like, people must think I'm patient because I make cosplays and stuff, and it's like, no, not really. Not really. Okay. Oh, it's finally starting to get a little bit smooth there. Just a bit. Enough that I think I could actually put teeth in that spot. Finally. I don't mind if the teeth are like a little bit, silly. Just not to the extent that like this cosplay ends up looking comical when it should be scary. After all, the goal is to have it done for Halloween, which is coming up faster than you'd think. As in, my grocery store is already selling Halloween candy, and it's not even September yet. Springtrap's lovely golden locks. Do y'all want to see the wig? I can grab it. It's like right over there. I know my hands are gross, but I actually do plan on making the wig gross on purpose. Like, I'm probably gonna like, I don't know, dunk some of it in paint or something. I want it to look like really bedraggled. Yeah, I can grab it. It's the dumbest looking wig. I found it online. It's like $10 and I was like, that wig is so stupid. I have to have it. It was like the most unflattering thing I've ever seen. Also, I think my cats might have been chewing on it and I like didn't stop them. I mean, obviously I didn't let them eat it because that would be terrible for them, but I was like, it's okay. You can gnaw on this wig. I want it to look bad. Here, look at this. Tell me that's not just the ugliest. It's like, it's giving like Logan Paul or something. It's so awful. It was literally like 10 bucks. I was like, ew, I hate it. It's perfect. So yeah, if you can kind of imagine like something like that, right? Actually, wait, which way is even, hold on. I know it has bangs, but which way is front and which way is back? I think this, hold on. This must be the back, right? Because it's got the like, hold on. I suck so much at wigs that I actually don't know this. I'm assuming this is the back and this is the front, right? I think so. Because yeah, I think theoretically it has like, oh wait, no, that doesn't look right though. No, this would be the back because that's the stretchy part. This is the cap. Okay, that makes way more sense. Hello. Yeah, like this. So yeah, I want to like dirty it up and stuff. You know, I don't know, put like some dark paint, like just kind of make it look wet in a few areas. I mean, I'm not even opposed to like dumping it in mud. I'm dead serious. Like, I just want to make a mess out of this thing. But yeah, I picked it because like also I think the color goes pretty well with Springtrap. Like it's a little light, but I think with some like proper nastiness to it, it'll look good. And I'm also thinking that for the ears, because this is what I did with my Noelle cosplay, like for the antlers for her. The reason that the antlers like don't have a visible headband is because what you can do is we can put magnets probably somewhere on like these straps here. Or actually I could probably even attach them to a headband or something. Yeah, you can use magnets and have it like, you know, magnets that are underneath here and then magnets at the bottom of the ears. And that way it'll stick out without you having to like pierce the wig cap or, you know, have a headband, which I don't really want. So yeah, that's the ugly wig. It sucks. It was like $10. We're gonna destroy it. Make the top jaw lower. Yeah, we're going to. Yeah. Well, because I need the teeth to like line up, right? So yeah, that's one of our like future tasks is that's why I waited on putting the teeth on. Because like you can kind of picture this. Like see how like here, like that. We would want the teeth up here to be here, not where the nose is. This is not a jaw shape. So yeah, we're gonna have to like eventually put plaster up there. What I might do, I might end up putting some foam under there as like a base for the teeth. And like, or like not the teeth, like a base for like the jaw shape up top. But yeah, that's why like I wanted to get the bottom jaw done because that way if I can see where the teeth are going to be lined up, then I can line up the top teeth with it. Wow, this is already like really stiff. That's impressive. I don't know if you can see. It's like, it's so solid. That's crazy. Wow, man, yeah, I haven't used plaster in such a long time. I forgot how effective it is. Oh, I feel that, K-Bucks. I'm always so late to fandoms. It's absurd. I can never be on time to anything. Make a green one? Wait, a green what? You have to tuck your dog in? Aww. That's so cute. Princess treatment. As someone who spoils the heck out of their cats, I feel that. Speaking of which, there's like cat hair everywhere. I think it probably came from this because this was on the floor and I think it just like collected cat hair and now it's all over the like paper that I put down here because both of the cats, like one is fully black, the other is mostly black. So you could really see like the black hair against the white paper. It's like, oh my god. Okay. So we don't have to do too much more of this. Like I said, we're just trying to like get a very solid layer for the teeth. Mostly today was a testing day though. Like having not done this in so long, I was like, will it even work? I don't know. But so far, I would say this is going very, very well. I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to go just a little bit under here. Just to seal it slightly. Because I could already see it wanting to pop off a little bit. That would just be annoying. Okay. It also does like to stick to fingers. I'm excited to see how this like looks tomorrow when it's like truly solid. Okay. Also, speaking of Springtrap, quite literally, if you hear any screams of horror in the distance, one of my roommates is playing Dead by Daylight. There's not actual murder happening in here. Okay. I'll rotate this a little bit. All right. I'm just checking the symmetry. Again, not that it needs much. This is Springtrap. I mean, it's like a bloated corpse, but still. There does come a point where if you're not like at least a little bit mindful of symmetry, people will think like you were just being sloppy, and I don't want that. Yeah, the actual like underjaw stuff, I'll work on that stuff like on my own because there's really no way for me to do that live where it's like interesting to look at, you know? But just for now, like for the sake of the drawing process, I just want to make sure that this is all like pretty properly sealed down there. Now I will have to eventually plaster wrap most of the top as well. Only because I want to make sure that the texture matches. Like we don't want this like smooth paper texture when we've got this like bandagey craziness happening down here, you know? Like it just would be very mismatched in a bad way. So yeah, like that'll be a bit of an annoying process. I still don't know yet how much of that kind of stuff I'm gonna live stream. I mean, this is the same issue I ran into when I was doing the Glamrock Chica making of stuff, where it's like, I don't always know how interesting the like cosplay making process is. Because yeah, it is going to be a lot of just this. But at least doing stuff like this is like a good excuse to just kind of chat. You know, it's kind of low stakes, which I appreciate. It's good for hangout sessions. The Dead by Daylight subplot. I wonder if he's still playing Alucard. always playing Dead by Daylight. I mean, it used to be 24/7, I swear. Then he kind of fell off for a little while, and now it's like back again. In fact, you can go back to one of the very first videos, like long form videos on this channel. I don't even know if there's anyone here who would remember it. It was an actual long form video of me making the mangled brain jello. It's like a 7-minute video or something, and it's terrible quality. I mean, I didn't even have a microphone at the time. But it was like kind of a running joke in that video that every now and then you could very clearly hear the screaming. And I thought it would be funnier in the video to like always react to it, but never say what it was. So if anyone's ever seen that video and wondered about that, it was just Dead by Daylight. But it did sound like people were being murdered, so. Oh, thank you so much, Redvester. Thank you for the $5 super chat. My career? I mean, you're pretty much looking at it. I mean, technically my like actual job is like artist. Because yeah, I make art and then I sell the art, both originals and art prints, because I am a traditional artist. That's one of the reasons I'm at so many conventions, because I travel to conventions to work in the artist alleys to sell the art. And then part of the whole art thing is being just an overall content creator. So like, obviously this is a monetized channel. Not that it makes much money, let me tell you. But yeah, it's basically just like a combination of a lot of Etsy selling and then trying to get to as many conventions per year as I can, and then social media. And all of it comes together to not make much, but at least I can pay rent. And that's all that matters. That's why I do junkyard cosplay, right? Okay. Now the next convention I'm going to is Dragon Con, but that is a rare exception where I will not be working at that show. It's like my one vacation show of the year. But other than that, if I'm at a convention, 95% of the time it's because I'm actually working. I said the cat just emerged from my room. Which makes me wonder where he was, because I was just in the room a moment ago grabbing the wig and I did not see him. Was he like under the bed or something? Oh, thank you so much, Dolly Chew. Thank you. Yeah, and if you go to my Etsy, it has all the exact same stuff that that shop has as well. They are like identical. Yeah, that was actually one of the things I was doing earlier today. Was I had packed up some Etsy orders and I had to haul them to the post office. Why the mask? Oh, do you mean this mask? Yeah, for anyone who just got here, so like the material that I'm working with here is plaster wrap, which is you could pretty much compare it to like asbestos. Like it's like a toxic powder nightmare. You really don't want to breathe this stuff in very bad. I really should probably be wearing an actual respirator, to be honest. For now, I'm just wearing 2 masks, but I might look into getting a respirator. I know I should. Like, that's something I should have already done, to be honest. I don't know, are they expensive? I'm not sure. Because, like, in general, making cosplays, there's a lot of stuff where you should probably be wearing a respirator. But yeah, this stuff here, you really don't want to be breathing it in. So hopefully the double mask thing I'm doing right now is enough, but yeah. Like, you should see how much powder there is here. I'm sure the camera's not picking it up, but it is like a snowstorm. I mean, look at my hands. Definitely do not want to be inhaling this stuff. I'll strip there. 45 for respirator. That's not too bad. I was worried it was gonna be like over 100. Okay. You know, as long as this whole cosplay is thrifted, 45, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Actually, I do want to go to the dollar store pretty soon because I want to see if there's any materials at the dollar store that would be useful for the ears. Because I'm a little concerned that I don't quite have the ears figured out yet, because obviously those are pretty important. They're kind of like iconic. It is literally a bunny suit. Okay, yeah, this is looking really smooth now. This actually might be too thready. Like it is like, zoop, like all the way across, which is what I wanted. Heck yeah. Putting so much foam and using so much hot glue. And you've been like eating it. Yeah. I'll feel that. Just make sure you stay safe about it. Oh, thanks so much for the star, Derek Predicanton. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Mom. Hey, my mom's here. Be nice, y'all. That is actually my mom. Welcome. See, you were able to catch some of it. I know you said you weren't going to be able to watch today. You managed to catch some of it. Yeah. I really should not be wearing black while I'm doing this. I'm just trying to see how like lumpy it is. I know it looks like I'm like gently caressing the jaw. Just making sure it's like good for teeth. Thank you for saying hi to my mom, y'all. Very sweet. Okay. I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting excited. I feel like this is gonna look really cool. I always feel like apprehensive about this cosplay in general, because like, let's face it, it's pretty ambitious. Like, it's intimidating. But now that I'm like seeing it all coming together already, I'm like, no, I'm excited. Assuming I don't horribly mess anything up, this is gonna be so fire. Okay. Put a little bit down here. Sorry if you could hear that. Some of the noise my roommate makes while he's playing is so funny. Okay. Yeah, I think we're actually just about like good here. Like some of this underjaw work, I could probably just do on my own time. The main goal was to get a good area for teeth, which I think is actually happening. Try to even out that jaw there. I'm gonna like grab another paper towel. That one is like super used up. Ew. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to like wash the heck out of my hands, but yeah. This is better than nothing. Okay. So here's where we're at now. So you see how like it went from like just that mesh to like an actual solid jaw shape. And so if we can add more of it over here, we're gonna like literally have a full jaw. Now that was one of the things I was debating though. Let me look at, I still have that image of Springtrap pulled up. Cause yeah, like as far as the teeth goes, that sounds grammatically weird, doesn't it? As far as the teeth goes, that's a weird sentence. You know, the smile should come up a bit, right? Like, I'm literally looking, I'm actually specifically looking at the Dead by Daylight Springtrap here. yeah, we would want this to come like up here. So the catch is adding plaster there in a way that won't affect like the ability to move this like a hinge, right? Like I want to make sure that the plaster does not affect that, because yeah, if you can see it here, there's like a little screw here, and then of course they got this like rubber band contraption, and that's what like allows the whole thing to like open and close, right? So I'd have to be a little bit crafty about this area, because it's like you don't want to like get anything over the screw. It should stick out a little. Definitely don't want to affect the elasticity of the rubber bands. Yeah, those are things where we're gonna want to like kind of like artfully hide them once we get there. Kind of like, I don't know, discreetly like paint around them so they blend in, something like that. So yeah, I guess like for the sake of the teeth, maybe what I'll do is plaster just a little bit up here on these sides. Not too much. But that way we can do, after everything is dry, teeth that go up the sides, right? So we can actually have the full smile. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do is I'll plaster a bit of the sides here. And then I think that'll be good for today as far as the stream goes. I mean, it's already been over 2 hours, so yeah, I think if I do that, then I'll be like pretty confident that I can put the teeth on, which would be really satisfying. Like, you want to talk about like actually seeing Springtrap form? I think seeing like that toothy smile would really sell it, you know? Oh, I'm very excited for that. Because yeah, for those who don't know, like I already made all of the teeth. They're all like individually painted, so you can kind of like picture these going all the way around up the sides. And I made a ton of them. There's like, I was like joking that I was doing like tooth bay. There's like, I think there's more teeth over there than I actually need, but better to have too many than not enough, right? Yeah. What's the plan with the costume? I mean, my hope is that if it all works out, this is gonna be this year's Halloween cosplay. Because every year I like to go all out for Halloween. It's always like my most ambitious cosplay, which actually that was when I did the Silent Hill Nurse. I think this was the, I really hope I have the timeline right. I want to say this was the second Halloween one that I did. Undyne was the first. Then I did the Silent Hill Nurse. The year after that was, oh, actually, wait. I might have that backwards. Well, Undyne was definitely the first, but there was a Harley Quinn cosplay thrown in there. And I can't remember if that was before or after the nurse. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my photos. It was a Harley Quinn, Silent Hill Nurse, the Genetic Opera, Spampton, Mangle, Spampton Neo. Last year was Ballora. And then this year's Springtrap. Yeah, okay. So yeah, my like big, I mean, I make pretty elaborate all year, but like, I don't know, to me, like Halloween is like, that's gotta be the, you know, the big one. So not to sound like Spampton, I guess, yeah. The big one. Gotta be a big shot. So, okay. Let us just do a little bit more here. We're just gonna go up the sides. And then, yeah, I think that would be good for today. I'm actually very happy with the progress we made here. Especially because I will be gone all of next week because I will be at Dragon Con. And that was actually part of the reason that I wanted to make some pretty good progress on this. Because as of next week, it's already gonna be September. Like, what? How is time moving so fast? How is it already like the end of August? Considering that leaves me only like 2 more months after that to finish this. Not loving that. That sounds very intimidating, but that's okay. I always have to remind myself I was literally crawling on the floor, painting Spampton Neo's wings like 3 days before Halloween, and I still pulled it off. I didn't really pull off Ballora in time. That was a whole separate mess. But like, I more or less got there. She was 99% done with some like asterisks, you know? Yeah, we'll do better this year. Hi, Roblox lover. I know, right? August went so fast. It's crazy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut these strips even smaller because this area is like so tiny. I really don't want to like mess around too much. I'm gonna like half these. But yeah, I think like as far as like the live stream schedule goes, on Thursday, I think we should finally finish the Legos. I think I'll probably just like I'll show up already in the Kokichi cosplay. We will do the last 2 squares of the Legos. And then I think my next stream, then I'm busy Saturday, so I think Sunday, possibly. I will have to confirm about that, but I think we can stream on Sunday. And if all goes according to plan, I would like to get my Miuruma cosplay out to do the LED kit part of that Lego set, because the whole thing can actually light up. And I'm a little intimidated by it. It looks kind of complicated, but it could make for an interesting live stream. And the only reason I'm bringing any of that up is because the logic behind it was, hey, we can finish the Lego set, including the LED kit, before I leave for Dragon Con. Because, yeah, I leave pretty much dead of night, like between Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm talking like literally middle of the night. It's going to suck. So yeah, as far as like, will I be able to live stream then like that Tuesday? I don't know. I'll be honest, if we do end up doing some kind of Tuesday live stream, it might end up having to be like, come pack way too many cosplays with me or something like that. But then, yeah, unfortunately, there will be a like solid 1 week break from live streaming because I will be out of town. But I will, of course, be making content at the show. So even though it sucks that there will be no live streaming, I will be bringing many things to the channel from the show. So it'll hopefully be worth it. Actually, speaking of which, I do need to, I was putting together like a infographic thing of like what cosplays I'm bringing to the show. I need to make some final decisions about some of that. I'm a little undecided about a few things. I can confirm Mangle will be going because I know people will be very disappointed if Mangle didn't go. She's like a Dragon Con staple. And Undyne for sure, because I'm actually going to take her to the Georgia Aquarium again. I also want to take my Aqua cosplay because Dragon Con is one of the few times where I can easily film outside. And I think Aqua out in nature would be awesome. But yeah, there's like a few cosplays where I'm still a little unsure of what the lineup is. And I really need to figure that out like in the next day or two so I can like actually prepare. But yeah, I wanted to like make decent progress on Springtrap today only because I knew that I'd be gone in a week. So I think it would be, like, really satisfying if we can, like, finish the whole Lego set, and then when we return to this after Dragon Con, it's gonna be September, we can, like, just, like, go high gear. Like, just we're gonna have a Springtrap, you know? Okay, so I'm just trying to be really careful in this area because, like I said, I don't want to do anything that will make it so that the jaw can't open and close. Now, thankfully, I do think if I overdo it in a couple spots, I mean, the plaster is not the strongest thing ever. I could probably, like, kind of snap it, you know, in those areas. But I just don't want to do anything that's going to make this, like, a nightmare later. I really just wanted to have a spot here where I know I could put teeth. I want some teeth on this Springtrap. Sorry, if y'all can actually see what I'm doing here. Isn't it cool though? Like, it's actually started to make, like, getting, like, a skull face forming here. It's very exciting. Yoshimitsu cosplay. How long have I been streaming? Do you mean, like, today so far? Because I've been streaming a little over 2 hours. Usually, like, my making of cosplay streams are, like, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, so this is pretty normal. That's why, like I said, we'll, like, do these side areas here, and then we can, like, wrap it up for today. And I can do some of the more boring stuff on my own. Not that this part isn't a little bit boring, I'm sure, but it has to get done one way or another. Just, like, pushing those spots up because I'm like, you are gonna get in the way of that hinge, I can tell. Don't even think about it. Okay. That's probably enough on that side. Because, yeah, I can, like, kind of fit the teeth like that. Because I can't go any higher than right here because that's where the rubber band is. So let's do the other side. And then I think we'll be good. Sorry. I know the angle on that is not the best. What monstrosity am I crafting? A FNAF monstrosity. Yeah, this will become a Springtrap cosplay eventually. I think especially once we have the ears, it's all, like, really gonna come together. Like, when it's, like, truly, like, a bunny, you know? Like, right now, it's just sort of like an amorphous blob. Also, painting it helps a lot. Right now, it's very silly looking. Okay. Well, I need to, like, cut some more strips. Ugh. Ugh, I feel so gross. Oh my god. Ugh, this sucks. The one bad thing with plaster, it's so disgusting and messy. Then again, like, foam clay is not, like, that much better, really. I feel like anytime I've worked with foam clay, I feel like I have just, like, a layer of grime all over myself. I mean, look at this. Like, ugh. It's disgusting. I still want some energy drink, though. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, lipstick could look worse. I thought it was gonna be a bigger mess under there. It's actually not that bad. Okay. Let us cut up a bit more. after I get back from Dragon Con, we're gonna want to like really go like full throttle on this cosplay. Because we will have less than 2 months until Halloween, and that's not good. That's scary. I don't want to end up with another Ballora situation. Speaking of which, we will be bringing Ballora back, I promise. I'm probably going to end up doing, like, some live streams where I do, I hate to say it, but, like, practically a remake of the skirt. I'm not saying we have to start, like, 100% from scratch, but closer to scratch than I'd like. But I do get asked all the time, like, can we see how you made that thing? For those who don't know, it's an automatic mechanical spinning skirt. It's fully motorized. So, you know, a live stream like that would be a pretty good way to show y'all, because pretty much gonna deconstruct it and have to start from scratch. But I want to get a faster motor. I want it faster. I want turbocharged below. I want her to spin like crazy. Ooh, sorry. These areas here are really hard. I just really don't want to get it on the screw. I need this to be able to open and close still. But yeah, I've been like feeling extra annoyed at the fact that Ballora's been trapped in the repair room for so long. I don't like that. We have to bring her back. Especially like imagine like videos I could make if I had both a Springtrap and a Ballora cosplay. I could make some cool stuff. Welcome back, Dilly. Sand soap? I'll have to look into that. I've never heard of it. I gotta go fast. Exactly. And I don't remember what the exact RPM is of the current motor, but I tend to film the Ballora videos at like a reduced speed so that when it plays back, it spins faster. But I mean, I can also just make it go faster. I mean, obviously, like I wouldn't do it to the degree that it becomes like some kind of safety hazard, but it can definitely go faster. I actually started off with a very, very small RPM and have like gone through about 4 motors at this point, speeding it up over and over, and it's still not enough. 240? Oh no, I think the RPM I have now is more than that, and it's still not enough, if you can believe it. I think the one I'm using now might be over 300. But you gotta remember, the skirt is huge. So, like, a faster RPM that might look, you know, super fast on a small space, it looks like freaking nothing on the skirt. I mean, it's humongous. Like, 300 RPM is still, like, you know, barely a few rotations a minute. That's unacceptable to me. I want fast. I want speed. Okay. I went a little higher on that other side. I want to like even it out over here. I just said like, you know, why not? So let's take it up a little higher over here too. It'll just look more aesthetically pleasing. Back from staying character scene with Springtrap and Ballora. Oh yeah, like staying character. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I do wanna watch that movie again. I only saw it the one time in theaters, so I really hope it's, like, rentable soon or something. Ugh. I very rarely go to movie theaters, so it was, like, one of my few, like, actual theater outings of the year was to see the Backrooms. Just a little bit there. So hopefully the rubber band won't get, like, too attached. It's probably gonna try, but I'm like, "No, not allowed." Okay. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good for tooth stuff. Huh. Yeah, this is coming along really nice. Just to appear no, I have cosplays of all kinds of stuff. This is my Silent Hill nurse head from my Silent Hill nurse cosplay. No, I cosplay all kinds of things. Thursday's live stream, we're gonna be doing a Danganronpa cosplay. Okay, so here we go. I actually like show the shape here. That's pretty cool, huh? Like the fact that this started off as just a masquerade mask and now we're here. That's pretty funky. And yeah, it's already like drying pretty good. I want to put it on so bad, but it's like I know it's still a little bit wet, so I'm not gonna do it, but shipped my copy. Oh, did you purchase the Backrooms movie? I didn't even know that they were selling it yet. Looks like a skull, yeah. Yeah, it is really funny to think that, like, when we very first started, it was just a single masquerade mask, and now an actual shape is forming. So yeah, I think, like, the next step then would just be I just wanna make absolutely sure that this can still move. I don't want anything blocking those screws there. Absolutely sure. I mean, I think it's okay. Okay. Keep doing that. The next steps then would be and I'm not gonna do this now, I just wanna wait till it's a little bit drier, is, yeah, like, gluing all the teeth on the bottom, and then once they're glued on, I'm gonna do another layer of plaster wrap just to, like, seal the teeth in. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, figure out something here to just, like, turn this into a full jaw. I could use plaster wrap, but I do think for the sake of stability and also for, like, the comfortability of wearing it, I might just use, like, some kind of foam like this, just to, like, pack it in there, kinda like I did on the underside, right? You can see there's foam in there. And that way, if I play my cards right, we can have the teeth, like, lined up so that, there's no weird, like, overbite or underbite or anything like that. Nothing too comical looking. Um, so yeah, like, we're making really, really good progress. Do have to make, a bit of, like, a forehead part so that it can go high enough for the wig. And I do wanna, like, plaster over the mask just so, like, again, like, the texture matches up everywhere. But, honestly, the process of painting this shouldn't be very difficult. I didn't find painting the teeth to be very hard, and it's basically gonna be the same thing. Probably just darker. I tried to make the teeth, like, not too dark, because they should still, like, look brighter than the rest of the cosplay. So it's probably gonna take a few layers of paint, I hate to say it, to like, because you know, paint tends to lighten up as it dries. But yeah, like it is actually like finally taking shape, which is super exciting. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the whole thing together. Once we've got the ears for it, it's gonna be so cool. And as far as like sanding it down, like, yes, you can, but honestly, I don't really think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna do very similarly to like how I did the Silent Hill nurse, where like the texture is intentional. Because I don't know if you can see it very well, but because it's plaster wrap, see how it's got that texture to it? I think that's like when I paint over it, it's gonna have like that texture still. And since we're talking about like a rotting animatronic, I think the texture would just add to that like just grime and nastiness, you know? So I don't know. Maybe there will be like some areas where sanding might help, but I'm not necessarily really planning on bothering with that. I don't think it's gonna need it. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty good for today. I'm pretty happy with that. And we were able to test it on a different material too. That's pretty dry. Yeah, and look how well it like clung to this. So that's good. Now we know like we can also use the plaster to like just do up like the, and I guess I'm picturing it on like the arms, shoulders, chest part, and then possibly part of the legs, but not necessarily. It would mainly just be like, yeah, like shoulders, arms, and not even necessarily all of the arms, probably like forearms, chest, and then I think like this area, like I kind of accidentally, I guess, dressed for a demonstration here. This area I think should remain pretty fleshy. Like, I don't know. I kind of like, I got a black corset for the cosplay. I know, typical me, right? And I like the idea of just having like dangling nastiness. I want like just wires and just tubes and awfulness. So yeah, the plaster really is just going to be like a here up sort of thing, which is why I'm pretty sure 2 rolls of it is plenty. I don't think I need more than that. And then yeah, it'll just be mostly like fleshy nastiness from here down. The hands, that's a whole separate issue. We'll see. But yeah, this is going really, really well so far. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought this live stream was gonna be a massive disaster. Not to sound like pessimistic, but I was like, I haven't done plaster wrap in 4 years. And I wouldn't say I did a great job. I mean, it's holding up pretty well, but this is still pretty amateur. So I kind of was, I went into this live stream being like, it'll be a comedy of errors, and that's okay. But no, this actually worked really, really well. I'm hype. I'm super hype about this. I think it's gonna look super cool. Heck yeah. And hey, we only took like 2.5 hours to stream. That's not bad at all. Heck yeah. We even made it to almost 100 likes. I wonder then, am I actually making it out to the feeds lately? I feel like the last time I did a Springtrap live stream, it only got like 60 likes or something. Maybe things are like, maybe the channel is finally like turning it around a little bit. I have no idea. Progress, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna take that as like a good sign that like maybe the channel is actually starting to like, because it was pretty dire there for a while. I was like, oh my god, this channel's gonna die. I mean, it is a shame that I can't live stream at Dragon Con. I mean, I don't know. I think some people live stream while they're at conventions. I don't know about that. It's just, I wouldn't say never, but it's a little weird, isn't it? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, as far as the next couple like live streams go, yeah, Tuesday, great. Today is Tuesday. Thursday, 2 days from now. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Kokichi, the final. It's sad to say, but yeah, the very last Kokichi live stream. Not forever like Kokichi. The last Kokichi Lego specifically. live stream. Unless we get a different Lego set for Kokichi, like we'll see. But as far as the Milky Way goes, it'll be the last of the Milky Way Kokichi Lego live streams. So yeah, I will show up to the stream just already in the Kokichi cosplay. We're not doing a get ready with me. Yeah, and we'll start at the usual time, 6 p.m. EST. We've only got those last 2 squares. So we are actually going to finish it. And then, yeah, as far as I know, I think Sunday I'll do Miuruma and we'll do the LED kit. And then whether or not I'm going to stream the following Tuesday, I don't know. I have to leave in the middle of the night for Dragon Con. We'll see. I'm not going to rule it out because, like I said, we could do like a pack with me or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet how many cosplays I'm going to take. So I told myself only 5. I did 7 last year. I think that was a bit much, but can I get myself to just narrow it down to 5? It sounds so little. I want more, but I was also debating, like, I don't know. I had thought about like bringing like a brand new cosplay that like I hadn't even announced yet. But it's like kind of a boring cosplay. So I'm starting to think I might scrap that idea and just do like one of the usual ones. I don't know. I guess I can't decide like what's more exciting, like seeing one of my usual cosplays out in the wild, even though it's one that's been in the wild many times, or like just something new entirely, but it's a boring cosplay. I don't know. I have like 2 days to figure it out, so yeah. I draw like press Lego set. Oh no. Oh god, no. Who am I excited to see there? I actually don't even know what the guest list or anything is for Dragon Con. I hate to say it. I have not looked over the scheduling and stuff. I mean, in my defense, the app has, I don't know, has the app updated? I am going to download the app, but I know like as of a few days ago, they didn't have the whole schedule on the app yet. So I hadn't really looked it over yet. I mostly go for art and merch shopping and tons of people watching. I know some people say they hate Dragon Con because it's a lot of standing in lines. Is it weird that I like standing in lines at Dragon Con? I like to see all the cosplays and interesting people. I don't know why people hate standing in lines so much. They're interesting lines. I'm here for it. And yeah, and I'll of course make plenty of content in my cosplays. I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is I am taking Undyne to the aquarium again. I'm so hyped. That was like so fun last year. So yeah, Undyne she is going to the aquarium again at Dragon Con. It's gonna be awesome. I even have like a silly, like nerdy shirt for her. I won't spoil it, but it's very silly and cute. So yeah, anyway, I guess that does it for today. Oh hey, we made it over 100 likes. Granted, some of those are probably bots and then YouTube's gonna take them away, but it doesn't matter. I saw it go over 100 and that's all that, yeah, that's all that's important to me is like signs of success and that the channel isn't gonna die. Hi Ichigo Glitchy, unfortunately. Or sorry, Ichigo Itchy. Why do I always do that? I'm so sorry. Every time I always say Ichigo Glitchy, which is not what it is. Yeah, unfortunately we're wrapping up the live stream, but at least you caught the finale here. Oh, thank you so much for the 6. Oh, sorry, I should do this right. So 6. Yeah, thank you, a cute pumpkin, Cloudhopper. Me trying to pronounce usernames as usual. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here. I'm actually very happy with the progress we're making here. Also, I will look into a respirator, I promise. Yeah, because at least like if I have a respirator, not only is it probably better than this, it'll look kind of badass, right? Like it'll look kind of cool. It's like cyberpunk. What if I like decorate it? Is that allowed? Does that like ruin the safety of a respirator if you decorate it? Is that bad? Oh my god, imagine if I like rhinestoned her. Okay, that's just silly. I should probably not do that. Anyway, okay, yeah, let's head out. Since I already know exactly what Thursday's stream is, I might just go ahead and like schedule it like right now, like well not immediately, but like tonight. Oh, thank you so much, you cute pumpkin cloudhopper, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Let me grab that fun. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be fun. Like there's a reason I never do the artist alley at Dragon Con. I've never even applied. Like I don't I that Dragon Con is like my let's have fun show, you know? Like other shows, I tend to be like, we'll have some fun, but I'm working essentially. Like I treat it like it's a work thing. Dragon Con is the one where I'm like, we're gonna go have so much fun. So yeah, I'm so hyped for the aquarium. I love animals. Like I just yeah, I'm very excited for the aquarium. And maybe it'll be like last year where it's just me walking around yelling I love you at every single fish. Um oh my god, I don't know, would that be too much? If I like decorate a respirator? I mean, it would be very me coded, right? It's so tempting. I'll have to look into it. I can have like a glittery cyberpunk respirator. Okay, yeah, we'll see. Anyways, that's something I'll figure out. So yeah, I will schedule the Kokichi live stream for Thursday, and I'll look into a respirator. And I don't know, depending on how this dries, I might actually get to glue the teeth on tonight. I'm gonna like give it a few more hours, but um, yeah. If I'm able to do stuff like that, I can probably take some photos and I can like share them in the community tab as just like an update since because of Dragon Con, it's unfortunately going to be like a couple weeks before I live stream Springtrap again. But I'm still going to work on it on my own time. So by the time we get to the next Springtrap stream, like there will be more than just this. So anyway, I should go. Do I have like a clean finger to even like exit the live stream? I don't know. I think my pinkies are like mostly clean. Here, look at that. Ew. Ew. There's like dust everywhere. Somehow I didn't get it on my outfit though. Look. I wore all black while working with plaster and I'm actually okay. That is a Christmas miracle. Anywho, I will hopefully not ruin my screen. I think this finger is fine. Thank you so much for joining, y'all. I hope you had fun. I just realized I'm actually about to touch the powder. Let me move this closer so I don't do that. Do not get it on yourself. Okay, and hopefully I will see some of y'all on Thursday for the final Kokichi Lego live stream. Oh, thank you, David. Thank you, thank you. Okay, bye everyone.